Well, good morning to anybody who's waiting. How are we doing today? Happy New Year, by the way. Welcome to 2025. I know I'm starting a bit early, but this isn't a particularly planned. This isn't a particularly planned excursion, so I'm just going to... Well, I mean, I do have I won't say a plan per se. A few weeks ago I got hold of the latest downloaded content for free, which featured the new starship, the Starborn Phoenix, which players could get. I mean, they say for free. You had to pay for it a bit, but I can't remember how much it was, and it wasn't, not real money, in-game currency. So, and I haven't really given it a good ring out, so I suppose that's what I'm going to be doing. Good morning, Vampire Links. Happy New Year. How are you today? And I've absolutely no idea where I am. In fact, I'm not even sure I remember how to play now. What was I doing? Where's my freighter? Do I even have a freighter here? Oh, there it is. Alright. This actually, that you're looking at, is my new ship. It's my first S-class ship. I still have my old ship. I just basically transferred everything over. I'd like to update the old one back to its previous spec, but I couldn't be bothered. And I got a bunch of stuff here, and I'm not entirely certain what all of this is doing here, so I've got to go and put that back where I found it, I suppose. But, look, it's a nice looking ship. It's kind of cool. So, let's head back to my building Lego flowers. I'm going to assume that means you're building flowers out of Lego, and it's not something that simply uses Lego in the name. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing in this system. I can't remember. Oh. This is well, it's not technically a derelict freighter. It's more like a freighter that's been abandoned, and they might have stuff that I can grab from it. Oh, there's... Always seems to me that whenever I find one of these, you end up with a few pirates who object to your presence. Oh, that was straightforward enough. I don't really need gold. Ooh, what's that? Not again. Oh, the good news is I'm close enough to my fleet that I get automatic backup. I'm not sure they're any use, to be honest. but it's a nice touch. Yeah, so I should think so. Daffodils. Very seasonal. Well, will be in a few months. How was your Christmas? I'm just about finishing up the food I bought for Christmas. Nope, can't blow that up. Don't know if you can ever actually land on these. Don't think so. I've tried it before. You can sort of shimmy through here, but it's not that important. As far as I can tell, the basic thing you do with this is find your cargo pods and shoot them up. So, does anybody have anything they particularly want me to talk about while I'm wandering around this solar system? Very quiet, my new year. I don't bother to see it in anymore. Yes, I think what I did with this system was I built a scanner system in the ship that allows you to scan everything at once. Am I even? Where's my... Oh, facing the wrong way around. Just gonna check and see. I can't remember whether I'd sent my flotillas out to do things. So, yeah, that's the Starborn Phoenix. And this is my old ship, which I basically stripped of parts. I'm not actually going to take it off. Poor ship. But I am just going to I left the others. Yes. I wanted to transfer stuff from the other ship, free up cargo space. Yeah. I'm just trying to think. I don't think I can actually install that because I'm already at maximum. Yep, I'm already at maximum. So what we'll do is I'll dump this lot onto the freighter. I think I've actually been through all this. Let's see if I can... Yep. Everything is pretty much at maximum. So I will transfer this lot to the freighter. What's that? Oh, yeah, I don't really want that. So I'll just, move this stuff over, make up some room. I spent 750 million credits on this ship just to expand my storage slots here. A little excessive, but I wasn't doing anything else with the money. So what I want to do now is just have a quick look and see if there was anything I was doing with my freighter missions. I do need money now, though. Let's see whether... Nope, I don't think... It doesn't look like I actually sent any missions out, so... I'm all done. Yeah. No expedition. Okay. So, what have I got? What am I missing? I need to find out. I don't have enough fuel. I do need to... I need more fuel. And... I suppose I should transfer stuff over from the cargo of my old ship. And I need more money because it's uncomfortable. What do I need out of this that I can... Oh, I've got a bunch of stuff. What do I often need? Well... Yeah, let's start moving stuff over that I can find useful. Gold is always handy. I'll grab the copper. I don't know if I need that, but I'll take it anyway. I'll grab the radiant shards. Grab this because I need tritium. Definitely want the carrier AI fragment. Don't really need that. That's always useful to have. Yeah, those are always handy. H3 I definitely want. I'll grab the uranium. Yeah, I'll grab the wiring looms in case I need to make something. What's that? Yes, take the repair kit. Take the iron. Grab that. I think I can get away with just that for now. I do feel sorry. I'm probably eventually going to scrap this, but I'm going to keep it for now. Right, let's dump this stuff from... one to the other. What's that? Yeah, I don't think I've got anything I can do with that. I think that should be enough for general purpose use. So, what do I need? I need tritium, I suppose. Although I can possibly... Yes, I can do this. That will allow me to send my frigates out on missions, because I do need the money. I wish there was a way to do this faster. You may be interested, Vampire Squid. I have not proceeded any further with the Pathless. But I've been streaming lately. I did 2 days of the Caravan Sandwich, which I'm enjoying. Don't think it's to everybody's taste, but yeah, you can't have everything. And I'm taking my sweet time in that. What else did I do? Sunday was the last day for Journey of the Wingless. Nimue's journey came to an end, in case anybody's been following that along. However, while it may have been the end of the Journey of the Wingless, it's not the end of Nimue's journey, so I'm going to keep her for streaming on Sundays. I did manage to answer one very important question, though, at the end of Journey of the Wingless, which was in Sky. If you are wingless and you accidentally pick up a wing, which of course you're not supposed to do, can you get rid of it? And the answer is no, you can't. You're stuck with it. Unfortunately. Essentially what happens is if you pick up a single wing in Sky, and then if you attempt to lose that wing by going through Eden again, as you do with a wingless, you can exit Eden with no wings. That's not a problem. Managed to do that. The problem is when you return to home, it automatically dumps you into the dark room and forces you to pick up a wing. So yeah, you're pretty much stuck. So I'm going to be running Nimue with only one wing. She's actually significantly more vulnerable than previously, but I've done a bit of experimentation. It's quite doable. So I need regular hydrogen. Where's my hydrogen? Not tritium, I should say. There's that tritium. I got more somewhere. Yeah. Alright, come back to that in a minute. It was surprisingly sad having to finish Journey of the Wingless, but to be honest, I'd pretty much done everything that I really intended to, and I always had intended to, in quotes, accidentally, well, no, get her a wing and see if we could lose it. And the simple answer is no, you can't, unfortunately. But I'm going to keep running her without wing buffs. And with a... What am I picking up here? Oh, why is it I can never get any of these other gases? My son tried to explain how you can, and I've never yet been able to get it to work. But yeah, no, it was very frustrating. You know, just when you think you've done it, you actually found a way to lose your wings. You've got no wing buffs, and then you get to the you get back to home, and yeah, straight into the darkroom. So there's obviously something in the data structure that applies to the characters that says, "Yep, you've picked up a wing. Now you're always going to have one." Let's see if I can. What have I got? I can immediately sell. Actually, do you know what? I could probably get rid of all my gold. Because I don't need... Do I need gold? How much would I get? It's actually not that much. Well, I think what we might do is make some money. Oh, no, no. Well, two things to do. One is make some money. Second is get my frigate sent out. Where am I going? Get my frigate sent out to make me more money. Yeah, it was, I thought, you know, that there were several possibilities going into this attempt to lose your wings in sky. One thought was, oh, it would work. Because, you know, you can go into sky, into Eden with a wingless, exit orbit, you're still wingless, unless they've changed that dynamic recently. But you know, you can do that. And I thought, well, maybe if you lose all your wings and you exit to home, you're still you are now wingless again. That seemed possible, but I can't remember how likely I considered that. The next possibility would be that you'd have a cape but no wings. Oh, that wasn't the case. It had not occurred to me that you would be shoved into the darkroom. That was disturbing. That was not a possibility that had occurred to me at all. I've only been in the darkroom in Sky once. The darkroom, in case anybody's wondering, is you lose all your wings in Sky, and you basically die. Go into this dark room. There's a single wing there which you pick up, and then you exit. I think it returns you to home. But that had not considered. I had not considered that a possibility. But no, Nimue's story is ongoing. So that will be, yeah, I'll continue to stream that on Sunday. So it won't be Journey of the Wingless, it'll be Journey of the Nearly Wingless, who is now much more fragile than previously. But she's only got one wing, so if she loses a wing, it's not a big deal. It's not like you do a wing run, pick up 100 wings, and then you start losing them. She's going to start off with one, and that's it. Oh, this takes a while. You don't exactly get a huge amount of dihydrogen either. It's a 5-to-1 conversion. I can't buy hydrogen, can I? I don't think so. I wish this would allow you... I wish this thing would allow you to actually sell stuff from your freighter's storage, because you do have, obviously I've got a whole bunch of stuff in storage which would be, hang on, can I no, oops, didn't want to do that. No, I can't access it from there. I'm gonna have to go somewhere else. I do have a bunch of stuff that I could sell, and I don't need. I haven't used any of it. Where's my storage gone? I mean, I could conceivably sell most of this. You're always kind of reluctant to. What's the most valuable thing I've got? I don't even know where I got half of this stuff from. There. Step 1, get the freighters sent off. Step 2, go and make money by salvaging and scrapping Sentinel interceptors, I think. Except my own. I don't want to get rid of my own. I'm going to keep one of them. See, look, it allows me to stick it in my storage container inventory, but I can't sell out of it. I don't know why. I'll leave that there for now because I am going to make some fuel. Yep. And how much tritium have I got left? Where's my tritium gone? Oh, you know what? Let us... Oh. Yeah, let's, hang on. Let's dump that into the large refiner. Oh, why are you going to be awkward with me? Where did I put that? There we go. So, but oh, the one interesting thing, again, that occurred on Sunday during Journey of the Wingless, I managed to persuade a complete stranger to take me into Eden again. Very nice of them. I keep surprising myself with how willing people are to assist. Every single time I've really needed someone to assist, I found someone to assist. It's very nice. So, I mean, I could harvest my plants, but I don't really need to. Yeah, I just need to get my freighters underway and start making some more money. Or I could start to try one of continuing the main quest line, but I can't be bothered. It's not really that interesting to me. So we'll just wait for that to process. And let me have a cogitate. Oh, I suppose at the very least I can free up. Yeah, I've still got a mission I'm supposed to be doing for him. I got missions backed up. I have no idea what some of them are. Having said that, I got no idea where I am in this solar system. Well, in the galaxy. Oh. What did I do? Did I didn't store that, did I? Ah. Well, I might as well dump some of this stuff. I mean, I've got so much of this. Might as well sell it while I can. We'll grab some of the common stuff. Of which... problem is you tend to suffer from chromatic metal. I've got loads of... what's that? Enriched carbon. Yeah. Alright. Frees up a tiny bit of space. And I can make some money while I'm waiting for the dihydrogen to process. All the... This is almost as bad as a farming program, and I can't remember if I've ever played a farming program. What did I?
Units received. Units received. Units received. Units received. Units received. Units received. Units received.
Is that everything? Could have sworn I had more. Oh, no, that was it. Oh, I made myself some money. That's alright. I probably could get rid of some of this. I certainly don't need it all. And how are we doing over here? Almost done. And then I can send my ships out. And they will probably, in the next trip out, just replenish everything I just sold. Then I will go and, go find a, what's it? Abandoned Sentinel Interceptor. And, yeah, that's how I made my money previously. I just recycled those. I'm sure I can. To be honest with you, I haven't really spent as much time in the game as arguably as I should. But I know that there are going to be people who have optimized the heck out of everything. I just have fun messing around. Oh! Good morning and Happy New Year, Russell. Oh, nothing particularly difficult. Send off the balanced. What was it? Balanced, it said? Where are we? Send a bit of everything. It is kind of satisfying to see that you put your weakest ships into a into a mission, and you way exceed what you need. What's this one? Oh, another trade expedition. I've never even bothered to check to see whether, excuse me, there must be optimum stuff you can send out. I've never been that important. But as we have an industrial, I do have a few industrials, don't I? Oh, I said them out. Oh, that was silly. Never mind. I'll just... yeah, whatever. Right, that's got that done. Let's go and make some money. To be honest with you, I can't really see much difference between using this and using my old Alpha class Sentinel Interceptor. Alright, let's what are we doing? We are going to have a look at... Ooh, where? Oh, well that was... I didn't realise I was in a dissonance system. Plummeting out the atmosphere. Let's see what this world looks like. I don't think I've actually been here. Ooh, good. Does that mean I get to talk about exobiology? Who wants to hear me ramble about exobiology? Not that I know a huge amount about it. Oh, well. That looks a little different. Let's see what we got. Right. Exobiology. Yeah, the subject comes up simply because, you know, we are exploring all these bizarre worlds, and you may or may not have seen me do this, but I did once read out on live stream, 2 live streams for about 4 hours total, and it's only a C class. Alright. And oh, I need an inverted mirror. Okay, I mean I need to go and get into a fight, because my other inverted mirror is actually back on the starship, on my other ship. Why didn't I transfer that over? Alright, I need to pick a fight with some sentinels. Okie dokie then, let us see. Ah, that's what I want. We'll have you. Oh, come on, where's my... Let's go and shoot up a dissonance resonator. No, where are you? Oh, well that was nearby. Where's your guards? Just do a run for it and head back. Right, and now let's hop back. So, yeah, so in the reading, the subject matter was silicon-based life. Was it possible? And I don't. The paper in question, and this is a serious scientific paper, didn't really come up with a yes or no answer, but it did basically say, in the end, silicon has a lot of chemical diversity, which is arguably what you want. And the problem seems to one of the major problems with silicon-based chemistry is the solvent you use. On this planet, the primary solvent is water. Well, there's a bit of a problem with using water as a solvent. I need a harmonic brain. Actually, I could just repair it, but let's do the harmonic brain thing. Water as a solvent for silicon-based life is not particularly good because silicon chemistry tends to rather enthusiastically decompose in the presence of water. So, therefore, you have to consider other possibilities for solvents. Now, this is a subject that has cropped up before in considerations of exobiology. And there's a couple of potential solvents. One is what's called a cryosolvent, which is basically something like liquid methane. And the other one, curiously, is sulfuric acid. Now, the problem with liquid methane is it's a solvent, but it's not a very good solvent. You want a solvent which will contribute, electrons, protons, to potential chemistry. And methane's not very good at that. Also, because compounds don't dissolve very well in liquid methane, that's not very desirable either. However, there is a place in our solar system where there is liquid methane, and that is the moon of Titan. We actually have on Titan rivers, streams, lakes of liquid methane, which is interesting. Means if we can ever get there, that would be a fascinating place to look for unconventional life, shall we say. Now, the other place in our solar system, well, there's a couple of other places actually, but I mean, from a point of view of silicon life and the use of a non-aqueous solvent, that is actually Venus, because in the clouds of Venus they have sulfuric acid, concentrated sulfuric acid no less. Now, concentrated sulfuric acid for carbon-based life, not necessarily the best thing, although there has been some research done into that. But for silicon-based life, that could have some potential. And the idea of life in the clouds of Venus is not as daft as you might think, because on this planet we have airborne biota in our clouds and atmosphere. Mostly fungal, algal, bacterial, that kind of thing. So, definite possibilities. If in doubt, hit a tree. So just within our own solar system, we've got the possibility of investigating cryosolvents and sulfuric acid as the basis of potential life, which I find quite fascinating. One interesting thing I did find was that
Technology repaired.
some of the articles that I read. Yeah, let's claim the ship and go scrap it. Yeah, some of the articles I read, which were considering solvents other than water, as a potential for life, they were considering carbon-based life. And that was it. They weren't considering silicon-based life whatsoever. I don't want the anomaly, but I need to head... Oh no, that's a space station. So of course the thing you've got to start thinking then is, okay, where in the universe is it actually possible that you could find, you know, cryosolvents and planets with sulfuric acid? Well, outside of our own solar system. Well, the fact that we can find both those environments in our own solar system is promising, because it means it's a very good chance we're going to find it elsewhere in the universe. And it doesn't have to be oceans of sulfuric acid. Puddles will do. Okay. But then from the point of view of basic carbon-based life, we do have some interesting possibilities. Just off the top of my head, we know that there are... Let's see. We know that there's liquid water on Europa. I think we know that there is. And if there's liquid water, there's going to be chemistry. If there's liquid water that far out, there's a source of heat. In fact, that's straightforward. That's tidal heating from Jupiter. So, yeah, Europa is very exciting from the point of view of finding extraterrestrial life. The other possibility is Ganymede. Yeah, let's try and find the way in rather than ram into the system, ram into this thing. But Ganymede has been observed to have geysers throwing water plumes out into space. And again, that means there's a source of heat, which means you have chemistry, water, and a source of energy. And those are the three things you need for life. You don't technically need a sun. Well, I've got to say, that's a prettier Sentinel Interceptor than the one I've got. But it's only a C-class, so we'll get rid of it. There we go. That's got me another 22 million. Well, when I sell everything.
Units received. Units received.
One thing I've never yet really been able to figure out is, I know people can build their own
Units received.
starships. Where do you get the parts from? I mean, I know I can get an S-class reactor, but I've never yet been able to find where do you get parts to build your own ship. I mean, I don't technically need to. I mean, you know, but it'd be nice to do at some point. My son's studying chemistry, and I don't know whether he'll take it on as a career or not, but I suggested to him that perhaps they could, you know, maybe one day he could try, what is it?
Technology recharge.
Hang on a second, I just want to... Oh, I do use that.
Technology recharge.
Yeah, there's an experiment conducted back in the 50s and numerous times since called the Miller-Urey experiment, 1950 something or other. Don't know whether you've ever heard of it. And what these two chemists, physicists, I can't remember, wanted to do was they wanted to take a theoretical... Yeah, I've not yet been able to scrap anything except Sentinel interceptors. Anyway, the Miller-Urey experiment, the idea is they wanted to find out what kind of chemistry could occur in a hypothetical very early Earth. Long story short, they basically ran an electrical spark through a hypothetical primordial atmosphere, and bingo, they ended up with a whole bunch of amino acids, the building blocks for life. Which shows that actually you know, under fairly plausible natural conditions, making amino acids is actually fairly easy, or complex carbon chemistry is fairly easy. In fact, you can even find amino acids on meteorites. Yeah. So what I would be kind of curious is somebody trying the same kind of thing as the Miller-Urey, but do it with a hypothetical atmosphere that favored silicon over carbon and sulfuric acid over water. Ah, right. So I'd like to see somebody trying a, you know, silicon-based version of the Miller-Urey experiment, see what happens. I have never been interrupted in flight so much. Alright, what's he got? To be honest with you, there's not much that I want. No.
Hostile scan detected.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Alright. Come scan me, bro. Let's see what you want. No. I am going to shoot you. A lot.
Hostile ships approaching.
Yes, I know. Excuse me a second while I deal with this. Well, that's kind of tough, that one.
Hostile ships defeated.
Right, where were we? That was simple. Yeah, I know, it's, I could have just shot out of there. It's like, it's not really worth it, to be honest, is it? Yeah, let's plow ourselves headfirst into the planet. That sounds like a really good idea. Actually, as an adjunct to the papers I read on the paper I read on the potential of silicon as a biomolecule. No, that's not really anything I want. And I'm going to need, yep, an inverted mirror. So now we're going to go get into another fight, which should be straightforward enough. Yeah, come on. Where are we? Dissonance resonator. Thank you. Always feel like I'm cheating a bit with this kind of thing. You know, are you supposed to go along there and actually shoot it up on the ground? No. What do? I go along and shoot it up with a starship.
Hostile scan detected.
Oh, did I get it already? Anything else? And then you just ignore them. Okay, I think I got what I wanted. I'm going to have to get into a fight with the Sentinel Interceptors again because I will want to... There we go. I'm going to want more money, so... Seeing as that's what I'm seeming to be doing today, I'm in a dissonant system, the ships look kind of cute. Make some money this way. And I haven't taken on a Sentinel capital ship in this thing yet. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not really seeing a lot of difference between using this and my old, rather battered Sentinel Interceptor. And that's only an A class, whereas this is an S. I think the damage I do is the same, with a similar kind of setup. Oh, hang on, what am I doing? I need... Didn't need to get out the ship for this, did I? This thing doesn't use radiant shards, does it? The ship I'm in? Don't think it does. Oh, sorry, I was looking at chat and completely overshot where I was going. Oh, this looks vaguely familiar. Come on, land. Give me a clue why... Oh, alright. I was going to say, give me a clue while I can't land. Good grief, have I been streaming for an hour? Oh, time flies when you're having fun. Does help having people actually in chat. It is a little bit disconcerting having people watching and nobody's saying a word in chat. You know, I must have learned the Korvax word for required on any number of occasions. Excuse me a second. Apart from myself, we have 4 other people watching. Hello everybody. Hope you all had a good Christmas, Happy New Year, etc, 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 and so on and so forth and what have you. I nearly just jumped off the side. I kind of got used to in Caravan Sandwich just throwing yourself off the top of whatever because you don't take damage. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm quickly going to go repair the ship, get it scrapped, and then I'm actually going to have to take a break for a couple of minutes for biological purposes. Use your imagination. Oh no, I don't want to do that. I did not want to land. Right, let's try that again, this time with meaning. What I wanted to hit was that, so that I could recharge my launch thrusters.
Technology recharge.
Right, where was I going? This way? Yep. So something... Ooh. The temptation. Oh, look! There's a few of them. Oh, well. I'm going to be shooting up more of this planet, so... So yeah, one thing that came up on the Facebook forum actually, nothing to do with this game, or Sky, or anything else that I play, concerning, oh grief, what's the latest Harry Potter game? Legacy of Hogwarts, something like that. Yeah, they were having issues with it, which led me to do the necessary research that they were getting stuttering and various problems. And they did post their CPU and GPU usage. Very handy. Which showed that their GPU usage on what looked like a stationary screen was something like 94%. But their CPU was actually relatively low at about 50. Hogwarts Legacy, thank you. Yeah.
Technology prepared.
And yeah, I'm just gonna go scrap this. And so some of it, I mean, my first thought looking at it was, oh yeah, you know, the CPU utilization was, yeah, pretty high. And so, you know, my first thought, stated in the post, was drop your graphic settings, which I then had to explain how to get into the graphics settings. And I don't know. I have never played the game, but... Anyway. And also asked, could you send a screenshot of your graphics settings? And they were all set to ultra. Now... So, if you are running Hogwarts Legacy on... and you're getting stuttering problems, first of all, yeah, check your graphics settings. Because you can get yourself a surprisingly not a huge amount of performance, but you can get some. So that's one thing to check. The other thing is apparently the system, the Hogwarts Legacy. This game I'm playing right now, No Man's Sky. When you run it up, it will compile the shaders for you in advance, so it doesn't have to do it during the game. Hogwarts Legacy doesn't do that. It has a habit. It compiles some shaders on the before the game starts, and not everything. It will continue to compile shaders in the background, and that apparently causes problems. So if you're getting stuttering in Hogwarts Legacy and you've dropped your frame rates down, that's possibly the reason. So there you go. But I don't have any particular interest in Hogwarts Legacy, otherwise I might give it a try. I've got enough games, to be honest. But it is actually, I think, curiously, Hogwarts Legacy uses the Unreal 4 engine. I've got games which use the Unreal 4 engine. The Pathless does, and Caravan Sandwich both do. But I guess it depends on what you do with the engine. It does strike me that there's some odd design choices that have been made with Hogwarts Legacy. Right, I'll take another 20 million. I should have a few bounties to collect as well, actually.
Units received.
It's...
Units received. Units received.
Yeah, I've never tried it myself, but apparently it is a bit of a thing. People running into stuttering problems and frame rate issues. Mind you, if you have a really powerful computer, yeah, but you probably what's your graphics card, Russell? Oh, I might as well just get rid of those. And ooh. 2070. Okay, that's interesting. They were using, I think, a 3050. Huh. What's your CPU? If I can ask, you don't have to tell me. No, I mean there are people still running 10 series, just fine. But it is interesting that yeah, you an Intel. Okay, I'm not that familiar with Intel chips. I mean, I only kind of caught up in the last year when I built the system I'm running this on. And I went with an AMD 5800X 3D. And then I'm actually on my second graphics card. I started out with an AMD 7600 XT. I think that was right. Yes, it was. And then kind of midway, I got everything built, and I thought, you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to give my son this graphics card. So I bought a 7800 and gave him the 76. But I also got him a 5700 X3D for Christmas. So he's gotten a good upgrade this year. Right. Okay. Give me a couple of minutes. I am going to do my usual at this point and switch off the video, and I will be back in a couple of minutes. See you in a bit. And I'm back. What have people been saying? Oh, you run Ultra? Yes, I do as well, I think. What's my graphics options? Yes, I'm running a 3440 by 1440 screen, and yeah, everything's set to Ultra, except that I have disabled motion blur. And I set anti-aliasing to... what's that? So that's what I run at. And if I'm not streaming, I can get certainly 100 frames a second. And some places 120. Streaming does actually hit your performance quite a bit. I tried streaming. If I try streaming this at 60 frames a second, it does impact performance of the system. Right, let's go and get into a fight. I need a few sentinel carriers. Yeah, I don't know in the case of Hogwarts Legacy what this particular correspondent was actually their screen resolution was. Obviously, 1080p. I'd say it's relatively straightforward to run on Ultra settings for some games, and you don't need the latest and greatest graphics card, obviously, for that. But then you step up to 1440p, and your resolution has kicked up quite considerably. If you're running 1440p widescreen, that kicks up your requirements even more. Right, let's see if I can get into a fight. I mean, as a sort of, I won't say budget, decent gaming system, 1440p is, yeah, it's quite doable. As long as you don't have ridiculous frame rate requirements. Even a 7600 will do 1440 widescreen actually quite well. Just for a laugh, I looked at, let's suppose I wanted to upgrade to 4K. Yeah, if you want to run 4K, suddenly your graphics requirements have just gone galloping through the roof. What am I doing here? I don't want to be here. I want to be... Oh, talking of graphics cards, have you seen the speculation on how much the 5900s are going to cost? I mean, they're looking at least £2,000, which is... yeah... How many people are going to be wanting that, I wonder? Is that the moon I want? I can't remember. I can... Come on, give me a hint here. Oh yeah, no, I mean, I can... As it turns out, I mean, I can run 4K. My two side screens are not advertised at 4K, but they will do 4K at 60. I mean, Sky runs fine on it. I haven't tried No Man's Sky, of course. But yeah, no, if you want to do a proper job at 4K, you've basically got to... here we go, this is where I wanted. You've basically got to seriously invest. I mean, you would want to go to DDR5. You would...
Scan detected.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Go away.
Warning. Threat detected. Hostile ships approaching.
Oh. Do you really want to do this? You think these guys would take one look and say, you know what, we're not going to have anything to do with him. Right.
Hostile ships defeated.
I don't know what... I did briefly look at DDR5 and type systems. Yeah, no, that was more than I could afford. But I mean, at a minimum, see, if I wanted to do 4K, I would need to change... right now, at a minimum, using an AM4 system and just upgrading, I would need a new power supply, and I would probably need to kick up to a 7900. So you're looking at easily £1,000 just to get to run 4K widescreen, say. I must admit, the next time I build a system, I probably won't. I built this on a small form factor for various reasons. I think in future I wouldn't do that. I'm always somewhat aware of CPU temperatures on this thing, especially when streaming. Right, let's shoot up. What I want is... what's this? Oh, that's interesting. There we go, that's what we're after. I'm going to need one of these anyway.
Hostile scan detected.
Alright, let's head into space, get myself some room to maneuver. Oh, incidentally, just in case anyone's wondering, the reason I run AMD is because this is a Linux system, and there's better support for AMD on Linux than there is for Intel. Plus, I don't know, I mean, when I tend to want to build my own system, I always tend to want to go against Intel. I'm not entirely certain why. Or Nvidia. I've always gone with AMD, and it's never because of any particularly quantifiable reason. Curiously, Intel used to be a customer of mine. Well, not mine per se, but the company I used to work for. used to work in the semiconductor industry, and Intel was one of our customers. Fairly yeah, but everybody was one of our customers practically. Nvidia wasn't, AMD wasn't, but then AMD buys its silicon from, I think it's Taiwan Semiconductor, and Taiwan Semiconductor was a customer. Oh, let's fix my shields.
Technology recharge.
There we go. Whoops.
Technology recharge.
Where's the capital ship gone? Oh, there we go. Well, that was nice and straightforward.
Ships deleted.
Thank you. That was what the whole purpose of the fight was.
Technology recharge.
Well, the other big customer of TSMC, well, apart from everybody, is Apple. They get all their silicon from TSMC as well. Intel has to make their own, and they are somewhat behind the curve in terms of the application of their technology, because not only do they have to do all their own research, they have to do all their own manufacturing, and AMD and Apple are spared that. Whoa, that was a heck of a... Ooh. What is this? Oh, it's one of those... Is it? Oh, no. I thought it was one of those Sentinel-type buildings that you get to shoot up occasionally. No, but apparently, there are people still running 10 series Intels. I gather quite successfully. I must admit, I'm not a. It bothers me. Oh, huh. Well, okay, it's an alpha, but it's nice to. I haven't seen an alpha class in some time. Just need to do the harmonic brain thing. Yeah, that's it, the hyaline brain. But I always wonder, with chips like the 3090, then the 4090, then the 5090, they've all come out in a really quite disturbingly quick time. And how many people actually spend £2,000 on a graphics card? Oh, the other thing that occurred to me, by the way, about the Hogwarts Legacy thing, it does use quite a bit of VRAM. And Nvidia, for some reason, seems resistant to sticking a decent amount of VRAM on their cards. And yet the number of games which easily exceed 8 gig of VRAM in use is quite significant. I'm slightly surprised this planet hasn't actively tried to kill me yet. I wonder, one thing I've not tried, I might have to try this. Can I have multiple docile brains at a time? Make life a lot easier if I could. Where's... oh, there it is. And my goal basically is to get myself above about 100 million, maybe 150 million. Makes things a lot more comfortable. I once had to pass up on an S-class freighter because I didn't have enough money. Not freighter, capital ship type thing.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Huh. Well, we'll get this fixed and out of here before.
Technology prepared.
Ooh, what's that? No, got that. Got that. How often does anybody actually not use the pulse drive to travel the long distances in this? Apparently, one desirable system to find is an outlaw dissonant, but I can't remember what the benefits are to that now. Don't really need anything. Sorry. What time is it? Oh, it's only an hour and a half I can go. Start thinking about lunch in a bit. Yee. What do I want? Actually, I know what I'm having for lunch. I'm having pasta with smoked salmon. The last of my Christmas food, I think. I'm sure what I'm going to do to the pasta would horrify the chefs online. I don't care. One of the things that irritates me about well, there's two things. I don't mind so much, you know, the basically Food Network on YouTube, if you like. Okay, that's alright. Well, I say it's alright. Yeah, half the time they're really not taking it into account the fact that half the people watching can't afford their ingredients. They don't have the kitchen. They don't have the utensils. That's always irritating. Why can't they? Oh, I basically just cook the pasta. During the cooking process, I'm probably not supposed to, I'll add red onion and tomato and capers. I could add those at the end. I actually prefer to add them during the process, and then when that's all cooked al dente, it takes about 10 minutes max, I will stir in a tablespoon of cream cheese to make a sauce. And then I'll put the smoked salmon on top afterwards. I like it. And I can't say that it's... Ooh, I've got a storage augmentation. Where did I get that from? So that's what I'll do with that. But yeah, no, the I kind of get irritated by particularly by some of the commentary people. So Vincenzo's Plates, I can't remember what the guy's name is. You know, it's talking about the best way to make a particular type of... Alright, look, fine. Up to a certain point, I don't have a mass... I got mixed feelings about some of it. Should have broken 100. Okay. But he makes comments like, you know, you're for, what is it, spaghetti carbonara, you're supposed to use guanciale, which is, what is it, pork cheek. Never seen guanciale in the north of England. I've got no idea where you would go about finding it, and I can be assured it's not cheap. So if I'm ever making, and I have, if I've ever made, I think it's carbonara. No, I'm not going to go and spend a huge amount of money on on the ingredients he says I should be using. I can't afford it. I'm sorry. You know, not on a certainly not on a regular basis. And if you want to make a creamy sauce like you're supposed to, with was it grated Parmigiano Reggiano? Yeah, I'm sure that's fine. Hey, guess what? I can do the same thing with grated cheddar. You literally finely grate your cheddar, you mix it up, and you get a creamy sauce out of it. It's probably not got the same flavor, but it works. I'm sure if I were to tell Vincenzo about that, he'd be horrified. But he also exhibits what you might almost call cultural racism. I'm not sure if that's the correct word. Cultural superiority? I saw him commenting on a Filipino dish, right? And the Filipinos have their own take on pasta, and he was all over it. It's like, it's a Filipino dish. It's not like they're claiming that it's a traditional Italian dish. They're making what is traditional for them. It's fine. So, you know, the Italian don't like what they're doing with pasta. Hey, guess what? Italians didn't invent pasta. Pasta's been around for, oh grief, a couple of thousand years. No one's saying that the Filipinos were making traditional Italian anything. They were doing their take, their food for them. And if he doesn't like it, well then maybe he shouldn't be commenting on Filipino cuisine. Drives me a bit crazy when he does it. And then he talks about traditional Italian cooking. Give me a second. Alright, so what is traditional Italian cooking? They make a lot of use of tomatoes. Hey, guess what? Tomatoes are not traditional to Italy. They weren't introduced until about, 400 years ago. At what point does something become traditional and belonging to a particular country? And has to be prepared in a particular way. You know, he'll say, well, okay, okay, it's you know, you're doing spaghetti carbonara, say, and you want to add something to it which isn't traditional. Okay, maybe you don't call it traditional. It's a spaghetti carbonara of sorts. And I don't need some elitist Italian cook complaining about how it's prepared. Now, I will say, if he's if the cooks in question are complaining about Gordon Ramsay, I'm all for that. Complain about Gordon Ramsay all you like. I can't stand the man, and not because of his TV shows or anything like that, but because the man's a criminal who deliberately set out to steal. What was it? He was working for, I want to say, Pierre Marco White. Got into a dispute with him and stole his reservation book. Now, that doesn't sound like much, but that is a significant act of sabotage. Technically, Gordon Ramsay should have been in, you know, that's theft. I mean, it's outright theft. It's unknown how much money that would have cost the restaurant in question. So yeah, you know, that's that act there gives you a hint about what Gordon Ramsay is like. So and you know, I don't like his presentation. That's just, you know, and I'm being picky. I'm sure if I liked Gordon Ramsay, I'd be complaining no end. Oh, you shouldn't be doing this, but I don't. So. Yeah, I mean, noodles are basically, well, pasta is basically Italian noodles. I mean, perhaps we should get some Chinese cooks complaining about how Vincenzo makes his noodles. I mean, that would be kind of funny. The other one who seems to like to commentate is Uncle Roger. Oh, I can't stand the man. I can't remember what his name is. Roger I think. He's, I think, Chinese Malaysian. But he does this caricature of a Chinese person, which I really dislike. Really can't stand what he's doing. He's presenting a caricature that if a white person was doing it would be called racist. Now, I've been amongst Chinese communities in various places. I can tell you they do not carry on like Uncle Roger. They really do not. Now, I know he's a comedian, and I don't know if he's really a cook or not, but he does that whole sort of cultural oh, not again. He does that whole cultural superiority thing as well. Oh, go away.
Hostile ships approaching.
I mean, you know, I suppose there's a place for tradition. Yeah, sure, fine, whatever. But it shouldn't be the absolute be-all and end-all. Especially for hungry people, especially for people who can't afford the fancy this and the fancy that and the fancy other. But no, some of I don't like the caricature that Uncle Roger comes up with. I have never heard a Chinese person go, "Maya," not in the sense that he does it. And yes, I have spent more time in Chinese communities in Hong Kong and somewhat in a bit in Malaysia, not as much as I would like, but a bit. And no, I've never heard anybody vaguely like Uncle Roger, so. Apparently, though, I mean, this is me trying to be balanced. According to the sadly deceased Anthony Bourdain, he was actually quite a friend of Gordon Ramsay. Says that you know, he's got high loyalty amongst his workers, that what he's known for isn't necessarily the real him. Maybe that's the truth. But I would never, you know, while I liked Bourdain, I think sometimes he got a little bit carried away with himself. But, you know, I think it was a sad day when he took his own life, poor fella. But then he suffered from mental illness for a long time. But yeah, he spoke very highly of Gordon Ramsay. Alright, I need to make some space here because otherwise I'm going to get into a fight with a capital ship in atmosphere, and I don't like doing that very much. Oh, did I just go out of range? Okay, that works. I did actually need the capital ship, but I'll settle for not having it. Oh no, hang on. Wrong place. I just noted your comment, Russell. Wait, I'm trying to think. That would be funny. Okay, is that the bit where I said I'd like to see some Chinese noodle chefs complaining about how an Italian chef makes his pasta? Yeah, that would be kind of funny. Ooh, hello, what's that? I mean, to be honest with you, the only reason I know about any of this stuff is because if I'm, if it's 1 a.m. in the morning, I can't sleep, and I'm doom scrolling through Facebook Watch, and it comes up. I don't go looking for it on YouTube or anything like that. Oh, the one chef I find him quite worth watching is Michel. I think it's his name, Michel Ducos. Canadian. I say Canadian, French Canadian. French/Canadian. I do like watching him. Bit of an exercise for my French. See you later, Vampire Links. I'll be back tomorrow. Not quite sure what I'll be streaming, but I'll be back tomorrow. Have a good day. When I lived in the States, I used to watch the Food Network quite a bit. Sort of as background noise, it was fine. I haven't watched them in years, so I've got no idea what they're like. I understand they basically started cutting money and doing shows that were more focused in America. Yeah. I suppose that makes sense. Appealing to an American audience, but I much preferred it back in the good old days when they were financing Bourdain to do a cook's tour around the world. But it has to be said, I'm not really seeing any huge advantage of this particular starship over what I had previously, so... Oh, that's fine. Works about as well, maneuvers about as well, as I can tell. Ah, here we go. This is what we're after. Ooh.
Technology recharging.
Ooh, heck.
Technology recharging.
Oh, drat. I damaged myself. I'm gonna have to fix that. Ah, that was a moment of idiocy there. See how much damage I did to myself.
Hostile ships defeated.
Hang on a second. Sorry, I thought I heard something outside of the game. What did I damage? Oh, yeah, okay.
Technology recharging. Component repaired. Component
Alright.
repaired. Technology repaired.
Well, that was easy. Oh, what am I doing? Trying to find one of those. Right, so this is probably going to be the last one, and then I really do have to go and get lunch. It's actually a bit early, but I don't eat breakfast, so I eat lunch fairly early. Tell you what, from a purely practical YouTube point of view, what I really ought to do is play games where I plan things out so I can break these live streams into shorter videos. I get much more viewers that way. But right now I can't be bothered, and I'm only doing this as a bit of fun anyway, so... Whoa, what did I do? Oh, I must have got hung up in a tree. What I may well end up doing with games like Caravan Sandwich and The Pathless is go back and essentially speedrun each section just to say, you know, here's a bit on how to do this bit. But that's relatively easy to do. I say to do, you know, you just take... Then you just get a 20-30 minute video, upload that. I don't think anybody comes around and watches, sits down and watches a 2.5-hour live stream. Although, it's actually kind of funny. Last couple of nights, I fell asleep with the computer on and YouTube playing. Started out listening to something else to help put me asleep. And sometime later, I become vaguely awake, and it's like, oh, you know, something soothing is in the background. And it's me, and I'm an hour into rewatching my own live stream. which I do think is kind of amusing. It's happened twice to me now, and I didn't realise it was me because I wasn't really listening. I was half asleep. So,
Incoming storm.
I thought that was funny. Alright. Oh, I don't have a radiant shard? You're kidding me. I thought I had radiant shards. Alright. Where's a radiant shard? That should be easy to find. Well, oh, there's one, I think. Right, got a radiant shard. Let's go and get the brain sorted out. Yeah, it was a slightly funny experience, Russell. I was sort of lying there half asleep. There was this voice in the background. I think, oh, that sounds soothing. Oh, it's me. Hang on, did that work for me? Oh, I didn't. Okay. Why am I not... Oh, I am. Okay. That's alright. Oh, the temptation to shoot them up. But I will save that for next time if they're still there. Where's my... Oh, come on. Ah. Yeah, I know that is there. I want the brain conversion tower. Where is that gone? Yeah, well, this is slightly weird. Is this due to atmospheric conditions that I can't find? Well, tell you what,
Storm clearing.
that's really hammering my... That was really hammering performance. I dropped down to 28 frames a second there. Oops. I do hope that doesn't mean I'm not overheating. Let me just quickly check that. I've never had this thing overheat. And no, I'm not overheating. I'm not overstressing anything. Okay, maybe it doesn't like the order I'm doing things in. Yeah, that's really... Yeah, frame rate's really being quite seriously hammered. Oh, for heaven's sake, land, will you, you silly thing. Something very strange is happening here. It's not letting me land. It's almost as though the game has gotten itself a bit glitched. I have a radiant shard. Two of them. I've got mirrors. And it won't let me land at all. It doesn't even come up with the appropriate message. Let me try something. Alright, just go there, go back. Sometimes I wonder whether this keyboard's funny, but this is operating just fine. It's just not letting me land. It's not the first time I've had some distinctly glitched gameplay. Yeah, this is all working. Options, general. Display and graphics. Do I really need that triple buffered? Huh. Well, looks like I can't immediately do what I wanted to do because the game's being funny with me. So, I'm afraid I am going to have to exit. And given that it's been 2 hours, I will bring this to a halt. Thank you everybody for watching. And I will be streaming tomorrow. Don't know what I'll be streaming yet. But if you keep an eye open on my schedule, you'll find out. What will I do tomorrow? I really don't know at this point. Anyway, I will, those of you who return, I will see you tomorrow. I hope you all... Yeah. It's really not keen on me doing it. I suspect if I restart I'd be fine. But as I was saying, doing my outro, trying to do my outro, it's a reasonable time for me to stop anyway. Oh. But because of the glitchiness, I will continue this tomorrow. Actually, I not only have I got the no you can't land thing, I'm getting this weird frame rate glitch, which I've got no reason to. Not under those circumstances. So, game's going to have to be restarted anyway if I wanted to continue. Anyway, where was I? Yes. Thanks for watching. You all have a good day. And, yeah.